Okay. So it is a season for change. So you'll notice on my Facebook, I've been putting up a few things about the season for change and the season for stepping up and doing something different. So there's always a reason, and I think this is a good one to use at the moment. So the season for change. So you guys are heading into autumn, but it's not cold there yet, so you're still getting some lovely days. So you have to give yourselves a rap for having the longest, hottest summer in years. And now we're heading into ours. So I'm super excited tonight to have Jen on the call. As you know, she's landed back in Australia. We're all excited because she's going to be doing lots of touring around here. So we get to see a bit more of her over the next coming weeks. So really looking forward to that. And I thought tonight what we would do is just sort of look back over the last few weeks, have a look at what happened in celebration and Jen's takeaways, and also to look at how to go that next step. And I really do. I said to Jen in a message earlier on today that it's something that I just see she does so beautifully and so naturally, is taking people to that next stage when you know that there's a reason that you can talk to them about isogenics. So I've asked her to do that. And also, just before we start, Hayley, I just love your story that you told of your friend who's now pregnant. So do you just want to share that, because it puts such a smile on my face? And I know compliance-wise, we can't say that these products help you get pregnant, but however, we have a very happy lady and husband. So do you want to just tell that story to kick us off for the night?
Hiya. So one of my friends who's been on isogenics for probably about 7 or 8 months now, I think her and her husband had pretty much written off the opportunity to have children, and she is now 15 weeks pregnant, and her husband swears it's because she is on isogenics. So yeah, it's amazing. I just think if that's the only one thing that comes out of me introducing people to isogenics, then that is just worth every minute of every bit of hard work. So well chuffed.
Oh, that's just beautiful. We'll look forward to following the progress and seeing another ISA baby. Okay, so Jen, let's hit it off with the wonderful ISA success plan. What everybody's doing with that, your trip, Nashville. Oh my goodness, where do we start?
Yeah, it did heaps, eh? That's crazy. I was away for 9 weeks. But it was really cool. And something I did this time, I really made myself set into a routine everywhere where I traveled, that I still managed to sign up 1 to 2 people every week while I was away for 9 weeks. So I just made the discipline, and I had the best holiday running around the place, but I still really just followed the same systems, the same stuff I tell you guys all the time, connecting with people, following up people, and a discipline of, this was my prospecting time every day, doing the income producing activities, and it worked. And it's great. I created so many cool new people amongst the team, everywhere from, like, I've got new Spanish people and Mexican people from when I was in America. I got an English guy who I met in Bath. He can't get on the call tonight. Douglas. He's a cool 23-year-old kid who just wants the business. So I really did everything I tell you guys, nothing different. I did it and still really successfully grew the team while I was traveling. The success planner that was launched that's what they actually look like, but you can print out your own version at Celebration. It's got every single thing in it. Like, there's no excuses anymore to say, oh, I don't know what to say or what to do. It's all there. So if you go into that, if someone gives you an objection or something, go in there and there's a script. There's a template on how to do it. You'll put your language into it. But just follow it if you're connecting for the first time, all those kind of things. And all the templates from these, I've actually already copied them into that new group that I set up, it's called Team Resources, that you can go into. I copied them. You could just copy and paste. You don't even have to bloody retype them. I've already loaded all of them into that Team Resources group that I got going after Nashville. So it's all there. And I was thinking about it, something when you said to me, Heather, talk into that kind of thing. It's like, it's all good to connect with people and all that stuff, but at some stage you've got to say that you do an isogenics and that you've got a solution for them. Because if you just you think you're saying it, but you're not saying it. You're not asking for the sale. And go, we are in sales. You know, we share what we're doing. But at some stage, you've got to say, try it. If you don't like it, you get your money back. And that's where I think I really saw, and I know I talked to lots of you about it, that's the piece that you're missing, that but most people miss, that they're hinting around it, but they're not just saying, why don't you give this shit a try? Like, it feels great for me. If you don't like it, you get your money back. That's it. But where to fit that into the conversation is just by being you and having real conversations with people. So like Douglas, I could scroll back through the chats. You know, I met this guy in Bath. I spoke to him. I wasn't even in the shop for 5 minutes. That was it. Connected with him on Facebook. 2 days later, which is my normal thing, within 48 hours, just went, hey, great to meet you, man. You know, so cool. Just, that's all it was, just being a thing. And then I watched his Facebook and stuff and just sent him a Start Your Life group. Got no response out of that. He didn't even answer it. But, you know, find out later, he's just a busy guy. And then, you know, I have my lists. Everyone's got their lists. I've got my master book that traveled around the world with me. But I also have my hot list, and Douglas was on my hot list. These are still more people that I met on this trip that I haven't signed up yet. So they're my hottest list. But with it, you know, sitting there in California one day, just went, man, what are you doing? You keep saying you want to go traveling. What's the plan? And we just started chatting backwards and forwards. And I said, you should try this shit. You've seen what I do. You're watching me on Facebook. Just try this shit, seriously. And just did the, where do you want to travel to, all that kind of stuff. And then straight away, so I got him to, I put him in a 3-way chat. No, I didn't. I put him, sent him Morgan Nelson's, because he's very similar to my mate Morgan, same age. Sent him Morgan's story. I found that Warren Lance and that interview. So the young guys, because he's a young guy, he's a skating guy. Sent him that. So he got Morgan's story and he went, I'm in, let's do this. That was it. Signed him up, and he's already been sharing that same tool with his mates. He's put me in 3-way chats with his mates, and he's off and running. That's it. Nothing, I don't do anything special, guys, but I'm conscious what I share. And University in Action, I just use the templates. Look, this may or may not be for you, but imagine you really can be living on the beach in Bali like my mate Morgan. How good will you feel? And that's it. That's all I do. But you've got to have those conversations. So if I'm just out and about in life, I just find cool people. And, like him, I only spoke to him in his shop for a couple of minutes because he was busy. But I just went, you're a cool guy. I want you in my team. And I've still got a bunch, from the UK trip that are on my hot list, really cool ones I want, that haven't come across the line yet. And I know they'll take days, weeks, months, or years. But I went and did a Marianne Williamson workshop retreat when I was in Los Angeles a couple of weeks ago. And she said, and I actually posted on my Facebook page, you tend to the rose, to get the blossoms on a rose bush, you give the rose bush the most attention when it's not flowering. You've got to prune it, and you've got to fertilize it, and you've got to water it, and you've got to do all that stuff to get a flower. And our business is no different. If you just go, there's a rose bush, give me a flower, join my business, it's not going to come. People do business with people that they know, like, and they trust. So we've got to nurture that relationship. And then you will naturally find their pain point. Their pain point is, their body's not working for them the way they want. They've got crappy sleep or crappy energy or crappy moods or crappy weight, or they haven't got the time freedom. I saw the thing and I did a post about it that, really a parent only gets 18 summers with their kids. 18 summers. That's shocking. Really. That's not many. Imagine you do but that's a huge pain point, that parents want to have more time with their kids. So I just find a person's pain point that I know we've got a solution for. And then at some stage, you've just got to say, look, try it. If you don't like it, to get your money back. Just how good will you feel if it takes 3 months or 6 months or a year, when you really can walk the kids to school, have all the time, talk to some people and be building a business from home, pick the kids up from school and just have all that time without all that stress and worry. How good will you feel? Paint the picture. That's all I do. And it works. And you really can do this shit. It takes discipline the same. Anywhere I traveled, I just made sure I did my income producing activities first thing in the day, worked it around the time zone wherever I was, and played the rest of the time. I really did. I had the best couple of months. It was crazy. But I was really productive in my isogenics business at the same time. And I still had to operate my other 3 businesses and my charity at the same time. You can do this, guys. I haven't got lots of time, but I be, effective in my time. So I don't just Facebook scroll and stuff. So that's kind of what I want to say about that, Heather.
You are super effective with your time. And I think that what I take from that is, you showed your cards, you showed your master book. Everybody has their own system, has their own way. And the secret is to find your way. Whatever it is, I the other day created a wall, just a web, because I realized that my life's like a web. It's all these different strands of different people, and started putting names on there. So you just need to find something that works and keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it. And it is about creating new friends. And when I watch your Facebook, Jen, I see, these new awesome people that you've connected with, and you get the feeling, and I'm sure they will be, that they're going to be lifelong friends. This morning I'm going running, just a gentle jog, because I had a big run yesterday, but a gentle jog with a lady who I met on a run around our lake. But that was probably 2 months ago I met her. And we've just been chatting on Facebook ever since then. She's had sick children. It's been, all those kind of bugs going around here. And now finally we're meeting today for a run and a coffee. And so it just takes time. You can't expect it to happen instantly, but it is the consistency and keeping on. My thing that I'd love you to add to this is that when you do know that this person's got a pain point, for example, sick kids and sick family continually over winter, you so beautifully bring up isogenics, whether it's on the phone, whether it's in a voice message, or whether it's face to face. So walk us through that, Jen.
Well, if someone had sick kids and that, for instance, I'd send a message, hey, saw that your kids are sick, just checking in that you're looking after yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait for them to respond back. And then generally they'll say, oh, look, I'm just so tired or something. And say, look, you know what I do. Why, if you ever want to talk about that stuff, just give us a yell, because you know what? I know I can help get that spark back in these steps, so that then you can have more energy to give to your kids. It may or may not be for you, but it's really worth a look.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's it. It's really simple, and all it is a university in action templates chucked into my language. That's all it is. I don't say that, hey, and I can fix you today or any of that shit. I do it. Look, it may or may not be for you, but it's really worth a look.
Yeah,
same as I did with Douglas. Like, give it a crack, man. Give it a go.
And of the people you say that to, Jen, what did you think the numbers are? The numbers?
The numbers are the numbers. The numbers never lie. 1 in 10 will be ready to give it a crack now. That's it. So I've talked about the sweet spot in the past where life's rocking, they're going, nah, I'm good. When life's too stucky, they go, nah, I can't even think. But at some stage, they'll flip into that dip. And that's why you've got to always be consistent in your message. So if I was talking to her, I'd also then purposefully in the next couple of days, not in the next 5 minutes, couple of days, do a post on my Facebook about, coughs and colds and everyone in the family is sick, so look after yourself. I'd do a post along those kind of lines and make sure that I'm liking her post so that she sees my posts. I'm feeding, it's another touch point. That's it. I feed the story to them. My posts are very conscious nowadays. There's no system to them, but I think of who's on my hot list, what message do they need to hear. That's it. And I show my life and everything that I'm doing around, some of the people, that I'm chatting to. Yeah. Yeah, I just see on my list here, Kelly Spencer. So she's a woman who, you met Kelly. Kelly is, she taught me how to do glacier climbing up in Alaska 3 years ago. And she's sponsored by Red Bull as an extreme skier, one of those people they drop in by helicopter at the back of nowhere. But she's just again had a knee operation 2 weeks ago. She is 25 and she's got 2 smashed up knees from doing the most extreme sport. But she's at the height of her game and is sponsored by Red Bull. But I just sent her a message while I was in the US. She was on my list. I went, Kelly, it's time for us to have a real chat. I know you don't need Isagenix right now, but you know what? You need an exit plan because your knees are not going to live for forever. We need to talk about this business. And that was exactly how I said it to her. And then we had a talk. And I've sent her all the information. She wants, you know, and then I've done a connection with Dr. Ina over there because she needs that science, the sciencey kind of person to talk about the sport part. That is not my thing. So she'll do her due diligence. She is like the ultra clean, ultra extreme athlete. But she needs a money exit plan because she is 25 with smashed up knees from being an extreme skier all her life. So I just called her on it. And now, you know, we're just having a different conversation again. I've always talked to her about the products, but I went, she needs the business. As an exit plan, she still mightn't join for 2 years. She's happily sponsored by Red Bull. But I just did that. Imagine that you're doing this alongside what you're doing at the moment. You're feeling great. And at the same time, when you do finish being sponsored by Red Bull, you've actually got a stream of income. How cool would that be?
I'm quiet because I'm listening, and I know Kelly, and
yeah.
I know that absolutely what Jen just described to you is 100% the right approach for Kelly, because she's a direct woman.
Oh,
this woman walked from the top of New Zealand to the bottom of New Zealand over 3 months through the most amazing terrain, and then told us the story. She doesn't need to be fluffed around with.
No.
She needs to be given it direct. But the other thing is that Jen's built an incredible friendship with her. And, you know, I'm on Facebook with her too, and she'll often, you know, comment on what Jen's doing and stuff like that. So they have a beautiful friendship, and the friendship comes first.
Absolutely.
Whereas there might be someone else who Jen wouldn't say it that way to. They'd be like, scare the shit out of them.
No. But with Kelly, absolutely. It's got to be that. Yeah. And that's, you only know how to talk to someone. The same as you know how to talk to your girlfriends, your friends. You do the same thing. You have the conversations in whatever the way is. But yeah, I've been building a rapport with Kelly for 3 years. She still might take another 3 years. But you know what? I'm here, and I'll just keep seeding that because I know it will be a solution for her. So yeah,
you're inspiring Rachel so much. She's texting and drive. Are you texting and driving?
Don't text and drive. Don't do that.
Oh no, okay. She's not driving. That's all right.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Just
right.
checking. Just checking.
Yeah.
I can see now which side of the car you're on. That's all right.
Yeah. I want to throw in, guys, and sorry, but Rachel's team's on here, but for my team next year, I'm playing with my calendar, and it looks like I'll be back in May. And when I do that, any of you guys who are executives by then, paid as executives by May, I'm taking you to Spain for a weekend of business training. Going to hire a big Airbnb house, and we're just going to have a fucking epic 3 days in Spain. So start talking to people, guys. I will go to Spain without you. It's pretty simple. But it's going to be for my European team. So we want to go there and go and play. So start talking to people. Do the stuff I can't say do what I do, but do what I do. There you go. It's up to you. At some time, where is your pain point? Are you going to rip the Band-Aid off and just talk to more people? Or are you going to, I'm on it. Excellent. I want to go. I had so much fun playing with you guys in the UK. I really did. And I am going to come back and do a trip around the UK. However, I really want to do a fun trip with you guys into Spain. So why are we going to go to Spain? Because Isagenix is open in Spain. I promise we will be working while we're there, but we'll be doing some serious ass playing as well. All right? So I'm flying yous. I'll fly yous and put yous up for the weekend, but you have to be a paid as executive before May next year. That's it. Done deal.
Wow,
yeah?
I might have to be there too, Jen. I turned 60 in May. I turned 60
there you go.
in May. Woohoo! Okay, guys. So exciting. Now, what do you have in the pipeline to help you with this? Jen just mentioned the resources page. So get on there, go through there, add stuff to it. It's the most perfect spot. When you find something that is perfect in one of those categories, add it in there. So, and everything is there. It's simple and easy, and you can cut and paste and go to there. Also, on Saturday, who'd like to share what's happening on Saturday rather than me telling you? What are you logging into on Saturday that Isogenics Corporate's doing for you? Sophie.
Yeah, so after the great success of the Snow In, being snowed in last year, we are doing, by all account, another 2-3 hours of training. And I'm going over to Sarah Whiteside's, so we're going to do our Berkshire team. And I would imagine that they're launching a few exciting things ready for David Wood the following weekend. So they realised, I mean, what I love, can I just say, I love about this freaking amazing community. And guys, that resource, you will never see the amount of amazing resources in one place. So nobody can sit there and go, I don't know where it is. It's all freaking there. But isn't corporate just amazing? I mean, they saw it work last time by complete accident because they didn't have a freaking choice. And then they're putting one on. So, and we've got Kathy Coover on a Zoom call tomorrow night talking about duplicatability. So there's so much training coming up.
Thank you, Sophie. Absolutely. And what about David Wood?
Yeah, going to David Wood. Can't wait. Can't wait. And I'm bringing my oils to share with the girlies.
Fantastic. Absolutely. So you've got that call, then you've got David Wood the following weekend. So, it's not too late, guys. If you've got someone in your team that you know that the best launch pad for your business would be at David Wood. You asked Jen how many times she's been to David Wood to this university.
17.
Right.
That's why I can rattle this shit off the top of my head. If you've gone, go again. It's pretty simple.
Absolutely. I'm going to the one in Auckland coming up in November. There's another one here in Australia that I will aim to get to as well. It's so important, and the more you go, the more the repetition. We went down in Melbourne earlier in the year. It's just a matter of keeping learning it, hearing it over and over again. And something else I want to mention just about that is listening. I touched on it before, which was Jen's systems. And, what I see is someone who is running a direct selling business and utilizing those simple processes that you're given over and over and over and over again. So how the number of times I've heard Jen say to you, you know what, I've told you this shit before and it's no different. It's no different this time to next time. And so it's just a matter of the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the more you fail and the more you stuff up, then the easier it gets, because it's just a matter of the numbers and the repetition. So, why, and Jen's just saying, in 8 years, I still do the same shit every day. But the beautiful thing is it's with different people. So therefore you're enjoying it because you're running into different people and you're meeting different people. So a lot of people go to work and do the same thing every day, but it's actually very boring, whereas ours is fascinating because we're dealing with different personalities. I always say that, the personalities don't change, but the names do. You just run into new people who are different and you have so much fun with. So, I see those systems in place and I see the repetition. So I just want to encourage you that we have this all in place. You also have an opportunity call coming up in the UK on a regular basis. So have that in your diary and know when you're talking to people who you think it's appropriate for. Hey, you know what? You could hop on this call with me on Thursday night and we can, listen in together and then we can have a chat afterwards. Or it may be that you get them in a 3-way thread or a 3-way chat. You heard how Jen mentioned that the guy from Bath, she got him in a chat with Morgan. And so straight away she's connected him with someone who has the same goals, same dreams, and that person is going to connect with same age group. So you have all the tools there. The most important thing is that we use them. And also that on a weekly basis, you have some sort of aim of what it is that you're going to do every single week. So how many new people are you going to talk to? How many people are you going to follow up? I love that Hayley has started her, cooking with Hayley and the kitchen. But she didn't just do it the first few times and then stop doing it. She kept doing it. We were on Jen's live last night, and the next live that came up was Hayley's. And Neil said, oh, yeah, I watched that a couple of days ago. So she's keeping on and creating a brand. So it's just a matter of being consistent with the system and doing the things on a regular basis. If you, Rachel, I know is driving and may not be able to talk, but I know that she's someone who, with her people, she is consistently doing the same thing over and over and over again, and keeping it going. So, Rachel, if you do want to unmute, feel free to throw something in, just to give you the opportunity to do that, seeing as you've got some of your peeps on here.
Yeah, I'm not driving. Isaac is, just to clarify that I'm not doing both. Yeah, I would just say consistency, like Jen was saying, like the fact that she was able to travel all that time and still enroll two to three people a week is just a testament that we can really do this anywhere, and that it doesn't need to be the same as a regular job. So for us, I have like our taster parties scheduled that month. When we start the months of June or July, like I've already got the dates of when I'm doing events that month, when we're doing Wellness Wednesday, like what we're doing each month. And, sometimes we do them and we have one or two people show up. That's just the nature of it. Sometimes we have a room full, we have 9 guests there. It just depends probably how much time I've spent inviting people. So I think that's the thing that we kind of think, oh, well, when I get a couple of years in, it's going to be easier. It's just the same. It's no different for Jen than it is for me, than it is for Kyla. Like, it's the same for all of us. It's just, we've just been doing it a little bit longer, that's all. So just consistency, keep doing your taster parties and getting that momentum and building that community. What I've really noticed is people want community. They want to be involved in something. They love the fact that they get to come together and meet other like-minded people, share about what they do. I always ask people to share, what do you do? Tell us what you do. Maybe they have a business they want to talk to people about. So just encouraging people to come and be part of such an awesome community. People are craving that. They don't have that in their lives. So if you can create that in your local community, like Anna Richards always says, build and they will come. I guarantee it. So that's all I want to say.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rachel. I know Jen has to go, and she's just put in the chat, absolutely, the numbers that you need to do. Anything you want to add before you hang up, Jen?
No, so same as Douglas. Douglas has decided he wants to come to Spain. I said, mate, 500 people. How quick are you going to share the Isogenic story with 500 people? Are you going to do 5 messages a day using the templates that are in that team resources page? Are you going to do a 10 a day or 20 a day? Whatever you're going to do, you're choosing the speed as to how quick those numbers are going to convert. That's it. Find your pace, set to it, and just be consistent. It's all there. You have to copy it and send it. That's all you have to do, or do it. Read them out as a vibe, so they get to hear you. But you've got to do it. At some stage, you've got to have those conversations. So how bad do you want it? Are you going to be kicking yourself in 6 months' time when we're in Spain and you're not? Your choice. Your choice. Okay? I promise you can fit this into the pockets of your time if you choose. Okay? I promise this is a pocket of my time life. I do Isogenics part-time. You can too.
Love it.
Sorry, I have to run, guys.
No, we're finishing up too. It is 6:29, 9:29 in the UK. We commit to half an hour. Guys, just throw some things in the chat, something that you've picked up off tonight's call that you are going to put into action, because it's all very well getting off these calls. And the last couple of calls, Rachel and I have messaged each other afterwards going, wow, that rocked. That was really how we want a Sunday night call to be, that people are getting off it thinking, we have the opportunity of a lifetime in our hands. We have all the tools. We have everything ready for us to really rock this. And if you just took the things that we have talked about, Leslie, 5 chats tomorrow. Awesome. Love it. Just do it. How much do you want it? Beautiful. Thank you, Sophie. So it is a matter. See you, Jen. See you, everybody. Let's have a brilliant week. You've got till Wednesday to introduce 2 people. Remember I said Wednesday and I got confused with my first and the third and the whatever the day is, but you've got till Wednesday to introduce 2 people to get some Isogenics t-shirts over there to the UK. Love you guys, and have fun, enjoy, have an amazing week, and we will talk lots on the message thread. See ya, bye.